Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 24 with Trent Sheppard, the part 2 of the Trent Sheppard episodes. If you enjoyed the previous episode, getting to know who Trent is for those that don't know already, and hear a couple of stories. This one's got a few more stories in it. Hope you guys have as much fun listening as I had recording. It's a good little 2-part series with Trent. Hopefully getting back for some more podcasts. As far as dates, we've got Boardwalk on the 26th in Belconnen, kicking off at 8 o'clock. Make sure you go online and check out the event for that. And then we've got Smith's Alternative on the 6th and the 13th. I'll be on the lineup for the 13th, starting at 6 p.m. So come on out and see that on the 13th of September. And then we've also got the Basement on the 15th of September. So that'll be the September edition of Basement Comedy. So come on out on the 15th from 7:30 onwards for another night of comedy. Until then, enjoy the show and make sure you like, subscribe and share so you can get more content. Cheers. Welcome back to the second episode of the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast with Trent.
G'day.
Good to be back here again.
Oh, mate, it's been too long, hasn't it? So look, they've changed the cups and everything.
The last thing that needed upgrading has been done now. The cups have been changed.
Manager definitely needed upgrading. We started with that.
Man, back in the early days of me working here was just like we said at the first episode, just after you finished up.
I thought I hired you.
No, Teenan hired me.
Did he?
And then,
okay, yeah.
And
fair
then,
enough.
or either that, or between when I was hired and when I actually started was took over.
Okay, fair enough.
It was very soon after he took over that I stepped in.
I don't really trust my memory of that particular period in my life that well for various reasons that I'm sure most of you already know about.
Well, dude,
Until this goes viral.
yeah. Oh, thanks for listening, Joe Rogan. Taking a few pointers.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Yeah.
Marky Worthington Podcast all day.
Yeah.
Dream by night. Oh, whatever it is.
All day.
All day.
Fuck, I need to get some mad samples like that just for, like, doing intros and shit. I actually was talking, there's a local podcast, which everyone should listen to. It's called We Slow Fuck to K-Pop. It's a fucking...
Of course it is.
It's a Canberra-based couple that just talk about random fucking, like, shit that they do. And one of the things is they're in, like, a open relationship,
right,
where they have like threesomes pretty much every week.
Yeah, right, okay.
So they just
living the dream.
One episode they even have like the shorty that they just banged like on the episode talking
The
about.
shorty.
Yeah, that's what they call the chick.
Yeah, right. I hate them now.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But
do they reveal their identities or?
So the chick in this one isn't named. It's just a voice.
But the couple reveal
the
their...
couple just has like a first name sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it's not video podcast.
It's not a video podcast,
okay, right.
yeah. No, it's fucking dope, man. Like, I listen
It's going to make it harder to jack off to, but I'm sure I'll still get it done.
Man, it's fucking, like, a decent little podcast. And they, the guy used to do, like, hip-hop and stuff in Canberra back in the 90s. And,
oh, older people then?
Oh, so he's older. She's, like, mid-20s. He's mid-30s.
Yeah, righto. Fair enough.
And, he does, like, all of his intros and beats and shit for it. Oh. So, like, having that fucking, like, extra... It just adds a lot more to the podcast when you've got, like, fucking, like, music and shit.
Even if you don't subscribe to it, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. It's fucking good, man. Like, I've been kicking the same intro since I started, which is the, like, the guys from Grand Duke chose one of their songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice and funky sort of intro.
Yep.
And also I know the guys, so I know there's not going to be any copyright
You're not gonna get demonetized.
Yeah. Well, from that anyway.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. But, yeah, I fucking dig listening to, like, the local ones. There used to be one called A Beer and a Shot, which was, like, a fucking good name. from those two brothers in town, the Bensley brothers. They moved away, but they're like the kind of OG Canberra comedians, sort of been doing it for like a while. And they had they used to do a live podcast. So the way they do it is like kind of like a comedy show followed by a podcast. If the crowd wanted to stick around to watch the...
Yeah, a bit like the live dollops.
Yeah.
Sort of thing,
Yeah, like the Legion of Skanks does the live podcast recordings and shit.
I haven't actually listened to their stuff. I listened to Louis J. Gomez on his one with Michael Bisping.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm mad passionate about the UFC and all that. So, and yeah, just the fighter and comedian thing works quite well.
Yeah.
Especially when someone like Michael Bisping, who could legitimately be a comedian himself. But yeah, so I've listened to Louis J. Gomez quite a lot through that one, but I don't think I've even checked out Legion of Skanks, to be honest with you.
It's fucking rad, man.
I bet you I'd love it, but...
I'm a massive fan of Big J. If you haven't seen Degenerates on Netflix...
No, I've been meaning to check that out.
I think he's season 1, episode 1. Fucking first cap off the rank.
Yeah.
And Joey Diaz, like episode 8 or something.
Yeah, okay. Joey Diaz, I like on podcasts, but every time I've tried to check out his stand-up, it just doesn't really do it that much for me. I don't know why. I should love him, but yeah, I don't know. Brian Callen's the same. I really like him on a podcast, but I've checked out his stand-up. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
I think you're funnier off the cuff than you are with written material, just because he's a very fast, witty dude. But it's the same when people say to me, "Oh, you should do comedy." Like, anytime I try to do a set-up joke, it sucks. I'm funniest, like, I'm very unprofessional. I make myself laugh. The funniest shit I say, I don't even know it's in there until it's out there.
Yeah. Audio listeners, he's pointed to his head, followed by his mouth.
Take that however you want.
It's like, I used to work at Dick Smith back in the day.
Yep.
Now...
I remember that.
Yeah, when I say back in the day, I mean my version of back in the day.
Nah, mate, we're talking 14?
Yeah, 14.
That counts as back in the day. It
was
the last decade.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember at one of the stores, their surround setup was fucking like throughout the whole fucking store for the display TVs. So I was like one sound setup for all the TVs, and it played through the store speakers.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so even in computers, you'd just hear whatever movie was playing.
Yep.
The thing is, the sample Blu-ray they got given, which had the fucking best quality picture and all that shit.
Yeah.
The audio was only for blind people. The 5.1 audio track that was on there.
I thought you were going to say for deaf, but I don't know why. I thought you were going to say for deaf people. Sound like this.
Sound like Sonia from fucking Play School. You remember the reason I'm doing this for the video watchers, the best clip I ever seen, they actually had a chick on Play School back in the day called Sonia. I'm talking actual back in the day, like 90s. And she was the like...
Yeah, but by the time you were watching Play School, I'd stopped. I've got a decade on you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there 15 years old smoking cones and watching Play School. Actually,
yeah,
I probably did do that. No. That was the yoga dance instructors in the mornings.
Dude,
That was the shit back in the day, man.
Yeah, I've never seen my old man so passionate about fucking yoga until that shit started kicking off. We got bright and early.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. We all got into yoga for a while there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I remember there's this clip online of that chick just going, "Hi, I'm Sonia, jellyfish," and she's doing like the fucking that's actually sign language for fucking
for jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she had that voice. She was actually deaf. Yeah. So the movie that we were given at Dick Smith wasn't narrated by a deaf person. It was the fucking audio track was made for blind people. So
it's describing everything that's happening. Dude. Yeah. Well, that's good that they have that, but
it's fucking good. But
probably didn't work so well in Dick Smith, did it?
Like you're sitting there trying to sell a TV. This one's got really good resolution. Some shows on there. And it would always be this one particular point that I was always just, when I was trying to sell a TV to someone, it would fucking be on the screen. there's this one scene in this show that we had. It was like birds sitting on a fucking telegraph phone line, and it would just be always the narrator, just in full 5.1 fucking surround, just going like, birds sitting on a telegraph pole. And I've got someone narrating me fucking selling this TV, 5.1 surround throughout the entire fucking store. And it got like fucking water torture after a while, because whenever I heard I was just like, oh, that reminds me. yeah. It reminds me of the last 5.
Fuck it, just go get one from JB, I don't care.
It reminds me of the last 5 TVs I didn't sell. But
just fade to black and the sound of choppers.
So yeah, but man, fucking honestly, at the time I didn't realize this, but looking back, sales was my shit. I fucking loved.
You got the gift of the gab, mate.
You never know you have it until someone fucking points it out. Well, I didn't know that I had it until someone pointed it out.
Yeah, I was the same. I remember the first time. Yeah, I guess we could say first time I figured out I was funny. It was I got detention with like the hot bad chick.
Yeah.
So I had a Friday afternoon detention and made them on.
Those chicks keep me alive still.
Yeah. They keep me an OnlyFans still.
Yeah. Fuck Netflix and Stan.
Yeah, so I made them on. So, after Friday Arvo detention, rode over to his place and smoking cones, because that's what you did in Canberra when you were a teenager. Yeah. And I mentioned that she was in there. He's like, oh, did you make her laugh? I'm like, yeah, actually. How'd you know that was going to happen? Because you're funny? Oh. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you mention it.
Mm. No wonder I'm so up myself.
Dude, how fucking funny is that? Like, talking about school with like the one person. See, I'd make it like my fucking mission. I'm gonna try and make this chick laugh or whatever. Like a fucking psycho. I'd be like, if I'm in a room with someone else and I know that person's listening to my conversation, like on the phone or whatever,
you sort of gear it towards them a little bit,
and just see if, like, even if I can get a smirk, it'll be like validation for me. Yeah. It's fucking, the worst part about it is I'm aware of my bullshit. Most fucking people just go around doing stuff and they don't know why they do stuff. Whereas I'm smart enough to fucking identify it, but not smart enough to fucking do anything about it.
Yeah. That's the same thing I say about myself. Like, I'm just smart enough to realise how dumb I am.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I was a bit smarter so I wouldn't do the dumb shit, or a bit dumber so I wouldn't judge myself for doing it.
Yeah,
but no, I'm just stuck right in this fucking middle ground of doing dumb shit and going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, the blissful ignorance, or the fucking, like, the smart side of...
Yep.
It's
five
like...
IQ points more or 5 IQ points less. I reckon I'd be right. But no, stuck in the fuck you spot right in the middle.
The fucking Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Nah, man, I think that I've gotten better at that sort of shit over the years.
I have not.
Yeah. I also get fucking lazy with shit. Like, I'll know what I need to do and I'll just fucking be like, if someone was here and I could say, like, all right, this is what you have to do now, go fucking do it, that'd be fine. But if I've got to actually sit there and fucking do it, if someone else starts doing something, I'll probably fucking step in and start doing it.
You'll get in and do it, but you need them to
kick it off.
Like, you need your housemate to pick up the mop first, and then you'll get in and help clean the house.
They need to start doing it wrong, and then I'll fucking step in.
Good to know. Good to know. Definitely going to use this to my advantage.
Most people will start doing it right, and I'll think that because it's not the way I do it, it's wrong. So I'll fucking turn them to doing it the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a bit from an old, like a shitty 80s, 90s comic, but a bloke I work with, he just hated doing the dishes.
Yeah.
He was fine with everything else. Just like, mate, I hate cleaning dunnies, because I went from an apprentice cleaning dunnies to running a music venue cleaning dunnies. I just hate it. But for him, he hated doing the dishes. So on the odd occasion that his missus would make him do it, he would just do such a shit job intentionally that she wouldn't ask him again for ages. That sounds like an old shitty bit.
Yeah, it sounds...
but it actually worked, you know?
It's like breaking the plate. Like instead of doing a shit job, you just fucking break a plate.
Yeah. Yep.
That fucking drives me up. You know, when my buddy and I were living in a share house together, I got the full plate set, but I also got you could at the time just buying fucking shit from Kmart, yeah.
Yeah. You fit out a kit out of Full House for like $38.
Yeah. You get a fucking rice cooker and a fucking well, not even that,
and a microwave that big.
Yeah. Fit one fucking noodle packet in there.
Yeah, like a Chinese container or something. Yeah. Good luck getting a plate in there.
Yeah, it's like the freezer in a fucking hotel fridge. Like that size. You can fit four super dupers in there.
Yeah, you can put your first 4 beers in there when you get there to chill them down the quickest, while you put the rest in the actual fridge. So by the time you get through those 4, the other 20 are cold and ready to go.
Man, I left a fucking 6-pack in the fridge one time when I was staying at a hotel because I got a case.
Getting a phone call. Never mind.
It's
not going to mess with her.
Nah.
Cool.
No, so I get a fucking, I get a case and leave, I think, put it all in the fridge, ended up drinking through 3 of them. By that point, just, with buddies around and shit, just fucking left the last 6-pack in there.
Yep.
Going home the next day, halfway home and just realised, fuck, I left a 6-pack in the fridge.
Just fuck. Oh, in the fridge, that's all right.
Yeah, but... Yeah. This is the thing, man. It's like Joey Diaz says this on his podcast.
House cleaner.
You got to leave something for the cleaner.
Cleaners like a beer too.
Yeah.
Right? Depends how much you've trashed the joint too. If you didn't go too bad, it's not that bad. But if you left a mess, I'll quite often leave, the last of the bottle or the last 6-pack or whatever. Sorry about this, but there you go.
You gotta have that fucking put the tip out. Put a tip on the table.
Send a quick text so that she knows I'm doing this podcast and doesn't call again.
Man, I've been pretty good with hotels, man. Especially even gig ones where we've had bands staying in hotels and shit, to make sure that stuff's all good. I'm pretty fucking.
Oh yeah, never been fully horrible, but there'll be an inch of cigarette ash out on the balcony, shit like that. It's stuff you just don't want to deal with. You go there and buddy, you and your dickhead mates all used a brand new towel every day. So there's a fucking 6-foot tall pile of towels in the corner of the bathroom, stuff like that. You're not actually chucking TVs in the pool or anything like that, but just shit where you know the cleaner's going to walk in and go, fuck.
Bunch of fucking young fellas in here.
No, you goddamn rock stars.
Yeah. Man, I didn't, what was I going to say? It was good podcasting.
Dead air, mate. The audience was loving a bit of that.
Just run a program that takes out all the gaps.
I'll tell a story. So you're getting back to the sound thing.
Yeah.
We had a big lock-in here one night during the week. And I won't name names, obviously, but a mate of mine was here that night. He just started that week. He had a short-term contract in the public service.
Yeah.
But he'd also just got his first iPhone. So, had to go to work. I couldn't chuck a sickie. It was the first week of a contract, so it doesn't matter how rough you're feeling. You just suck it up and you get there. But he drags himself into work with a shocker of a hangover. Wanted a bit of a hangover crank, get the endorphins going, just crank one out. So, but he puts his phone on silent and thought that counted for videos as well.
Oh.
So, but he gets onto YouPorn or whatever it was.
Whatever was popular, yeah.
Starts downloading this video, leaves it on his desk in the office, goes and gets himself a glass of water. While he's over having the water, the video kicks in. He reckons he fucking leapt across that office, dived across tables, turned it off. He's like, oh, sorry, that was unprofessional. I downloaded that ringtone and forgot about it. And everyone in the office that already has iPhones goes, yeah, that's not a thing that happens, mate.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, sorry about that one, brother, if you're watching this. I won't mention names.
Well, fuck, man. Like, the amount of videos have been done with, like, the fucking chick moaning over the top of, like, some video.
Yeah, nowadays it's such a meme, you could just say,
Fucking got me again,
I left a meme page open, but back then it was...
He fucking was the OG for that meme. Like, he fucking pranked himself.
Yeah.
You know, like, a good prankster always fucks himself over a bit to sell the joke?
Yeah, well, you got to, mate. It's what he, I remember years ago, it was a lot funnier to make jokes about how small your dick is than how big your dick is. You make a big dick joke, everyone goes,
Yeah.
You make a small dick joke, like, really?
Dude, back to the office pranks, dude. This dude that I used to work with, he's fucking great. Like, you know when sometimes you just work with someone and you're like, man, I could actually see us being mates outside of work.
Yeah.
Because
dude, we're working at Better Music now.
Yeah.
Surrounded by musos and shit. Like, I'd go have a beer with any cunt in the joint, you know?
Yeah. So I'm...
Except Turk.
Fuck, man. So I'm in this job. We got those shitty sit-stand desks, but they're not actually going all the way up. They're more just adjustable. They're not sit-stand. They're actually just fucking like...
Just that annoying level where you're having to bend over and throw out your back.
Like worse than fucking...
Yeah.
So anyway, we got this thing, and we got this...
Prop them up, mate.
Yeah, well,
fucking
chuck stuff under it. Yeah,
shit
like that happens. Like, you see, like, half a fucking box of paper under each side. And all that shit. The universal fucking monitor mounts. But anyway, I feel like props, fucking reams of paper are doing more work as mounts in offices than actually getting printed on these days.
Well, they're going back to what wood should be.
Yeah.
You just come full circle.
Part of being the desk.
Good on you. Reflex. Fucking stick a nail through it and call it a tree again.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. You still became a desk after all.
Good on you, little fella.
You were a rainforest, now you're a fucking desk.
You are a foursome. Yes, I'm sorry. Cancel me.
Jesus Christ. Well, the other shit was fine, but that's fucking...
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah.
I got to have a kid somewhere.
Fuck. So I go into work and there's a new guy that just started.
Yep.
And every day, this dude that I was working with was just cranking his desk down like another notch. Just as he over the first.
Notice
it was like the long game.
That's good. I don't have the patience for that,
man. So, but the thing is, to sell the bit, we all like in our section, we all did it.
So he didn't notice that his desk was coming down and the rest was staying.
If they're next to each other, you need the rest to go down.
Yeah.
And that's where I got that from, dude. He's just like, good prankster always fucks himself over a little bit to sell it.
Yeah.
But then on the last day...
So we're all going to need 3 months off because we're all going to throw out our backs just to get this one dude. But that's unity, mate. That's team spirit.
That's fucking... Yeah. It's... What's it called? Like contingency. Just get rid of the whole fucking plan. Everyone's fucked. Yeah.
Just napalm it.
We ended up on the last day. On the last day, we just put his chair up to the highest setting as well. So he was kind of a bit sus of it at first. But then on the last day, it was like real fucking obvious because he just sat down at his chair and the fucking table's like all the way down. Man, but see,
if that was me,
yeah,
I'd probably just sit there and work all day and not acknowledge it. Fuck you, old motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fucking tappy tap tap.
It was all fun and games, man. I don't mind a good prank until it's aimed at something that, like, I'll laugh at a prank, but I won't prank someone unless someone else is in on it. Like, I won't deliberately fucking get someone in the office, because... Nah, go ahead, mate.
Just keep the door open.
Man, I fucking came in one day and my monitor was unplugged, and I was kind of like offended because I'm like, is that what level you think that my like fucking prank? Like, dude, I work in IT. Do you think that like an unplugged monitor is gonna fuck me? Like, I was just like, this is the worst. Do you really think I'm that fucking bad at like troubleshooting shit.
I'm not even offended by the prank. I'm just offended by your laziness.
Yeah, like, dude, there's heaps of shit. Like, I remember this guy working in IT. This is for any fucking IT people out there. He basically created a program on the guy's computer and set it to kick off whenever the computer starts, but the program shuts the computer down. So it was just stuck, like, every time you turn it on.
Oh, so that'd kick in and turn it back off.
You know
again.
all those pop-ups that come up when you first turn on a computer that you didn't tell them to open? You just turn it on and they're the first thing that pops up, right?
I honestly can't remember the last time I fucked with a computer that didn't have an eye in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like iPad or iPhone, that's it. I don't even own a laptop.
Yeah, right. No, because, like, obviously because of the show and all that shit,
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
You work in IT.
I work in IT, yeah. But, man, I've seen some fucking good ones over the years. I've seen that was fucking good, but I also seen one where someone pulled apart the mouse and put a fucking bit of scotch tape over the sensor on the inside and then put it all back together.
So I took the ball out of it and...
Fuck, it's been a while since you've used a computer, hasn't it?
They don't even have a ball anymore.
Yeah,
fuck.
It's
aging myself.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know why I
Whatever.
got into IT, but there's like got into IT with you, but there's an infrared sensor inside.
Makes sense.
And just covering that over, and then putting it back together with a piece of scotch tape, so you look at it, can't see anything wrong.
Yeah, right.
And then he's just sitting there fucking, like, moving it around the thing, lights on, it was just a classic.
So you can see a red light in the...
Yeah.
So because it's scotch tape, you can still see the
all
light,
the
but
shit.
yeah, okay, gotcha.
The other one was two people sitting next to each other with the same wireless mouse, swap them, so you're sitting there moving it, and it's moving the guy next to you's fucking mouse around the screen.
There you go.
But yeah, anyway, fuck it. That's...
Computers.
Yeah, fuck yeah, computers. Oh, man. Yeah, so not just gigs here, man, but over the years we've travelled for a few gigs. Probably one of the fucking best ones was the Orange one. Well, best experience I had was when everyone went to Orange to watch Deprivation.
Yeah, that was just really fun. There's, even that muncher chick in the front seat of the bus, like that, even though she was a cunt, that was still fun.
Yeah.
Making fun of her.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever...
I hope you're watching this. Dickhead.
Man, it's one of those things where it's like, it was so much of a good time.
And then me trying to give directions and keep forgetting the directions. Like, fucking doesn't any cunt have Google Maps? What are you listening to me for? I'm drunk.
Dude, it was like one of those things where it's just like, oh, well, with fucking... Where it's already going to be a good time. Nothing can really fuck with it. Like, even something that, like a hurdle, can still make it. You can't stop a good fucking weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
It was going to be
a few weekends like that. But that one, a lot of the weekends I've had like that, it's you not coming in with that higher expectations. So I found that when you're coming in with your expectations up here, even if it delivers this, you sort of feel a bit let down. But with this one, we came in with expectations up here, and it delivered this.
Yeah, and that's the fucking best recipe for a good weekend.
For the audio listeners, I'm moving my hand up on higher and lower. You probably were able to figure that out.
So
especially if you're in IT.
Yeah, there we go. Just picture it like the sound clicky volume thingy.
Picture it like me rolling the ball on the mouse. That doesn't exist anymore, apparently.
Dude, when we were kids, I pulled the ball out of the mouse. Like, because you can pull it out and clean it and shit.
And clean it. And that weird rubbery
it's like it's actually just a massive ball bearing covered in rubber.
Yeah.
So it's fucking... Sense. And I can tell for a fact because...
you do some damage with them.
Well, fucking around and...
Glove guns?
Yeah, me brother pegged it at me. And it fucking hurt. Yeah. Like, they're not...
I bet.
Yeah, the fucking thing... But dude, like, that was his one shot at me. We used to, like, wrestle and shit all the time when we were young. Just being 14 months apart.
Yeah, you're just close enough.
Yeah, depending on where we were at our fucking growth spurt.
He's bigger than you now, isn't he?
Nah. He's close to my weight, but he's a little bit touch shorter than me.
Oh, but he always wears those big bloody
golf
metalhead
boots.
boots. Yeah.
It's like when I used to wear the spiky bracelets.
G'day, Lukey, by the way, mate.
Good lad.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. No, remember when I was just wearing the spike bracelets and shit, and we're just like, I'd always go to do
keep doing these. I was like, dude, I'm gonna bleed out one day. Fuck.
I think the first time it happened, it was like once bitten, twice shy sort of thing. I never really made the proper connection for a little while.
I don't know why we didn't just switch to these ones.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been so easy. If we had half a brain between us, we'd be in IT or something.
Using fucking infrared mice with the lasers and shit.
Yeah. Fuck those one-ball mice.
Yeah. That's your fucking...
I'm the one-ball here.
I was going to say, that's your street name. I think I
Imagine meeting a gangster called One-Ball Mouse. Like, I ain't fucking with that dude.
Yeah.
Walking around with that name. He's a bad motherfucker.
For the fucking listeners, man, I started here just after the Farewell to Lefty gig.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. What's the story behind why you only have one fucking ball?
Oh, it's not really a funny story. Oh, I suppose it is a bit. A mate of mine used to have Orphans Christmas, we'd call it. And it was just for the people that were stuck in Canberra that couldn't get back to their families and shit like that. Because, a lot of musos and stuff. So, it was just a big party on Chrissy Day. And I went over to one, did the family thing during the day, then headed over there. And it was always an open house, welcome to stay policy, but if you want to stay, bring your own bedding and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Bring a lilo. I wasn't planning to stay. Don't know why I was even kidding myself into thinking that I wasn't just going to stay. So, I mean, I don't know this, but my theory is, because I slept on the floor that night, just on the carpet, and I think what's happened is I've, twisting and turning and, not comfortable, so I got a torsion left nut from that. But the thing was, my nut didn't hurt. I got referred pain in my hip.
Yeah, right.
And so I'm just like, probably 32 or 33 at the time, I'd say. And it's like, you're in your 30s, you're fat, you slept on carpet, you got a bad hip. That's what happens. Just hobbled around on what I thought was a bad hip for a few days, but it was also the Christmas break, so just drinking through it, no dramas, everything will be fine. And then I woke up one day and my nut had blown up to the size of my fist. Like my sack didn't have any wrinkles on it. It was that fucking, it was stretched out.
Looked like a new balloon.
Yeah, mate, fucking, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So obviously, might go to the hospital for this one. Rushed in, emergency surgery, chopped it out. Got 40 stitches in my nutsack because they had to cut it into triangles because it was that big. Because I must have been bloody close to sepsis.
Yeah, right.
So they weren't fucking around. So yeah, they cut like a peace sign in my sack and peeled it back that way. But I didn't realise that this was the time that I'd put it together. I don't react well to morphine.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
really anxious, and it feels like my bones are on fire and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they did that, and then I've come back, and they wanted me to hang around, but because I was all anxious and shit, and I wanted to come here because I was a New Year's Eve gig.
Yeah.
And Fat Controller were playing. Nick, boys, how you doing? And I really wanted to get here and see that. And I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm like, no, you can't go. I'm like, you can't keep me. That's kidnapping. Probably not.
Probably
whatever.
Not. You fucking turned into Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fucking... they're going, all right, well... At least have a piss before you go, because we want to make sure that everything still works, and I hadn't pissed for a couple of days because of the surgery and fucking blah, 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 blah. So I take a piss, and then I leave, and I come here, and I get a call from the surgeon. And he's like, I really don't. So I went to the chemist because after surgery, they give you all the painkillers and antibiotics and shit for free.
Yeah.
So I went to the chemist in the hospital, and then the surgeon calls up. He's like, I really don't know how this happened, but you've left with like heaps of hectic ass painkillers. Clearly not how he spoke, but
yeah, and his own way of putting it.
Yeah, but he's like, you've left with all these fucking hectic painkillers, and we forgot to give you the antibiotics. It's like, oh, good. So I'm going to get an infection. Not only am I going to get an infection, I'm going to have such kick-ass painkillers that I won't feel the infection.
Yeah.
And then what, my dick just falls off? It's like, no, it's okay. We got it all sorted. Just, can you, but you need to get onto them now. Can you come back? I'm like, no, just drop them off here. He's like, I don't know if we can get anyone to get it over to you. Like, mate, pretty sure I could see you really hard right now.
Yeah.
Or you can drop them off here. How about you just drop them off here and we call it even? So, yeah, right, someone will be there in 20 minutes.
Fucking score.
And so, yeah, come here. And that was also when I learned that music is by far the best painkiller.
Yeah.
Don't worry about actual painkillers or booze or weed or meditation or anything. Just, I mean, for me it's music, but anything that you're so passionate about that you just get so distracted.
Yeah.
So I was standing in that doorway there. For those of you that can't see, we're sitting in the back room of the basement. And I was standing in that doorway there and watching Fat Controller on that stage. And I got so caught up in the music that I actually was, with 40 stitches in my nutsack. You remember, you were here that night, weren't you?
No, it was just after that. So
that's right, yeah.
That would have been 2012.
So the way I was shuffling around, I was moving like half my foot at a time. That's the speed that I could move. I was a dickhead. I shouldn't have checked myself out, but like I said, morphine, man, just doesn't go well for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that 20, 30 minutes that they were playing, I was that into it that I wasn't in pain. Until every now and then I'd go, I'm not in pain. Oh, shit, now I am. Oh, now I'm distracted again. Now I'm not again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking good that, like, different things work for different people, but you get the fucking mad, I'm like that with certain things. If I'm sitting here, like, I've like, oh, fuck, I got to edit a podcast or whatever, I'll be sitting there, not much of this is going to be edited, so you can't be sitting there like, you didn't do fucking much editing on this one, I can tell.
Or did he?
Or did I just edit that in?
Did it in post.
Yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it in post. We'll fucking do it live. Yeah. There's a fucking rad video, that dude just losing his shit,
Yeah,
man.
with the coffee.
Oh, fucking great.
Apparently he's built a whole career out of those rants now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past someone. Like, if you've got a fucking skill, find a way to get paid doing it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple. I mean, that one I'm pretty sure is genuine, but the others you can tell are a setup, and they're trying to make it look like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't quite work, man. Just do the rants and let us know that you're doing it.
But, yeah, that's the thing, like, with viral videos, you never see the one that they, like, you fucking think of every viral video, there's never really a fucking second one that's as good.
Yeah, exactly right. And then, they start doing the viral videos and like, oh, wow, geez, good fluke that happened to be perfectly centered in the shot at just the right time.
Yeah.
Like, I hate noticing that shit.
Oh, dude, I hate those fucking, like, let's help homeless people with this camera around it.
You know what? I give homeless people money and cigarettes and apples too. I don't do it to fucking get likes on the gram. I do it to not be a shit cunt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I'm like that. I used to have one particular homeless dude in the city that I'd be like, well, instead of giving everyone...
I don't give homeless people apples, by the
way. Fucking William Tell here. Put this on your head.
Anyway, so yeah, there's one dude. And you build up a relationship with him.
Yeah, so whenever I used to do radio once a week in there, I'd go in a little bit earlier and, see him. And that was better. Like, it was better to get to know one guy and just fucking help him out.
Help that one dude out, yeah.
Because you can kind of hear his story, and if he tells you he's having trouble with something, you can ask him the next week, how'd you go with that thing, you know.
Well, it's the same. Like Lance has built up through Chompy.
Yeah.
It's Lance's dog. Beautiful blue staffy. There's I can't remember his name, but he's a reasonably well-known homeless dude in Queanbeyan.
Yep.
And through Chompy and all that stuff, Lance has built up a relationship with him, and it's been a particularly cold night, and he's taken down some spare blankets or taken him food and shit like that, and it's made that dude's life better. It's made Lance's life better. It's made Chompy's life better. It's made our life better. Having this story right now, like there's no downside to that, is there?
No, everyone fucking wins.
Yeah. You don't need a hand up, you just need a hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a hand out, but just need a hand. You know what I mean? So, fucking no reason not to.
No,
unless they're rude cunts that start yelling at you, then you're like, fuck yourself.
Yeah, dude, and that's why I sorted through a few of them to find, like, I was like a job application for a homeless guy to support sort of thing. Like
going through the foster system.
Yeah.
Bernardo's adopt a homeless.
Legit though, dude. Like I was
It's not a bad scheme to set up, actually. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean,
like a fucking what's that
like
thing?
A buddy system.
Older brother sort of system.
Yeah, like a buddy system, and then I'm sure that there's smarter people than you and I that could set it up, but people would be into that, man.
Yeah.
People genuinely like helping people. A person is good, people are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So on a one-on-one deal, people genuinely like helping each other out. Like, look how the whole entire world got around us when the fires were happening. And we thought that was the most hectic thing that was going to happen in 2020.
Fuck.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fucking wrong about that, weren't we?
Oh, shit, man. Like, the year's just pretty much been a fucking write-off, this one.
I'm so glad I didn't call this as my year, because I'd feel like a fucking idiot if this was my year.
Oh, man, I've still got a note file on my phone of me fucking resolutions. I just changed the date to 2021. Like, I'm kind of a fucking psycho with that kind of shit.
Use resolution. Don't die from whatever the fuck happens next.
Yeah. Like, if you're reading this, welcome to 2021. We've done gigs in Orange. We've seen Deprivation, which is now basically a Canberra band. Dep now. Mostly based
pretty much. They've only got one member left in Orange, don't they? Lockie.
Yeah, that's it.
He's the only one left.
And actually seen a gig here with them recently, fucking just hammering it out. But, man, we've been fucking chasing gigs everywhere, even down to Melbourne and stuff like that. And fucking run into some crazy stories going down travelling for gigs and shit. I remember a while ago you're talking about running into one of Australia's fucking icons. Tell us your story about meeting an Australian icon.
Well,
man.
that was actually I was down there for the Formula One.
Yeah.
And so Formula One's at Albert Park, so we stayed in St Kilda, and I'd heard of St Kilda, but I didn't realise just how wild it was. So I was early-ish 20s, maybe mid-20s, going down there, and just going for walks around and checking it out. It was the first time I'd seen what's that venue?
Oh, the Toad, or
no, Toad's in Collingwood. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were down there for a while and just walking around, and me and a mate of mine were walking around, and we saw like an open door, because they got like that terrace style housing in parts of St Kilda. So we'd gone off the main bit and just wandering around, drinking rums and telling lies, as I'm doing right now. So I just saw this open door, like, let's give it a crack. We're either going to walk into a pub or someone's house. And sitting there, and this is before the movie had come out. So, I mean, everyone knew who Chopper was, but he wasn't that big until that Eric Bana movie came out. Sitting there at the bar. Can't remember. I think my mate. My mate picked up one of the flag girls at the Formula One.
Oh, fuck.
That's
yeah.
why I was at the bar by myself. Like, yeah, right. You can have the hotel room
Run
to
along,
yourself
scamp.
for a little bit. So sitting there, and then Spike rocks up and he's drinking beers next to me, and I'd turn around and just blurt it out, like the dumbest shit to say. Just turn around and go, "Holy shit, you'll chop a reed." He goes, "Am I?" Can I get your beer, mate? Yeah. Drinking Stubbies of Melbourne Bitter, which costs, I remember they cost $7 each, which was big bucks back then. Like, we're going back probably at least 15 years now.
Fuck.
And yeah, just feeding him Melbourne Stubby after Melbourne Stubby after Melbourne Stubby while he tells me all these stories. After reading his books, it probably turns out that every story was fucking bullshit, but so is this one, so what's it matter?
Yeah. Oh, man, that's fucking insane. I think
it was cool. Like, he was very engaging and very fun, but he knew who he was, and he knew he was just like, fucking mate, this cunt's just spent well over $100 on him that night.
Yeah.
He kept feeding him Stubby after Stubby after Stubby. And the bartender knew him. He must have been like a semi-local there. I think he would have been living in Tasmania at the time, but obviously travelled backwards and forwards quite a bit. But,
yeah, fucking gnarly, man. So, like, I only know from, like, the movie onwards. I didn't know about, like, before that sort of chopper read.
Well, I mean, he was obviously a big deal. That's why they made a movie of him.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to make a movie about you or me anytime soon until this goes viral.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I mean, he was like a celebrity criminal already. But yeah, I mean, this is after all that was over and done with. Like, so in the timeline, like the movie finished, and like I said, he bought somebody farm in Tasmania and
wrote it out,
cleaned himself up, and
yeah, it's that Tassie property is where they filmed that fucking news interview.
That
fucking gnarly
interview, man.
Dude.
Oh fuck, that bitch must have been shitting herself.
Was that so? That was like late 2000s maybe, or mid 2000s.
Yeah,
I think that interview was like 93. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It would have been at least 10 years after that.
Yeah, okay.
At least. I was trying to think of the timeline. I would have been a mechanic at the time. It's definitely, obviously, before I started here. Yeah, I'd say maybe 2004, 2005. Can't remember. Actually, if you want to check the timeline, it was the year that Jensen Button's engine blew up on the last lap.
Oh, because you remember the fucking race.
Because I was standing right next to it, and his engine blew up, and I got sunburned from his engine blowing up. Because it was because his engine was blowing up, but it was on the last lap, and so he just kept in it because he was on for a podium.
Yeah.
And so when I say it blew up, like fireball, massive,
fucking
hectic
gnarly
explosion. So yeah, if anyone wants to check the timeline, it was the year that Jensen Button blew up on the last lap.
Yeah, fuck yeah. People fucking comment below with the year. Yeah.
Like, rate, and subscribe.
Don't just comment, fucking, like, pay me.
Patreon, motherfucker.
Yeah, I've got a fucking Amazon wish list, cunts.
Yeah, fucking VBs. No, sorry, Melbourne Bitters.
Get us...
VBs.
Get us a fucking... Yeah, exactly, get us a stubby. $7 stubby, that's fucking hexy for, like, then.
Yeah, it was expensive back in the day. But, yeah, like, it was a shitty little pub. They didn't have any taps.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get Melbourne on tap back then anyway.
Yeah.
But, no taps. Just fucking... I reckon they had fucking more pool tables than teeth in this room, eh?
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, gnarly. The best interview, which has been pretty much removed completely, was him on the show on ABC that fucking ended that chick's career. What was the I had the name and then I fucking
don't know.
No, I'll fucking ditch that bit. I'll think if I can remember the name.
Ended chick's career.
Yeah, so there was this broad on ABC. She used to do like talk show type shit. And then she had him on the show. Elle McFeast.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot about her.
So he was the last guest for Elle McFeast's show.
And she tried to be all funny and he offended her, I'm guessing?
Nah, so what happened was... So I can't find this video anywhere because it ended a career, so they fucking removed it completely.
It's been scrubbed,
But my uncle, who seen it live...
Yeah. Am I clipping that every time I talk now that I'm holding it so close? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're good. I was watching it during the thing. We're all good for that.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, anyway, so... Uncle seen it live and said it back to me. What happened was, they put him in the green room with a fucking bar fridge full of beers.
I do remember this, and then he come out fucking blotto.
Blotto.
That is right, yeah, they fucking scribbled him on purpose, and then she started asking him some...
fucking gnarly questions.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot about that one. Yeah, she got drilled for that, eh?
Yeah, so that was the end of that, and I cannot find any fucking video of that show, or that episode.
She wasn't very funny anyway.
Dude, save the best for last. Like, if that's the fucking reason you're going to get clipped, you may as well fucking keep it.
Yeah, true.
I went down, when I was in Melbourne, I went and did the old Melbourne jail thing and all that stuff. It's fucking good, man. Like, going for a walk through there.
Yeah, I've never done any of that shit. I just go down, like I said, that time I went for Formula 1, but generally when I go down there, it's just for gigs, man.
Yeah, when
Not just to be in Melbourne, I just like the city.
I fucking love it, man. Not at the moment, but when it all comes back to you.
Right now, but
yeah. When you come to your senses, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like how I feel about Queensland State of Origin time. Go fuck yourselves right now, but after this is over and done with, we cool.
Yeah. Man, I went to the old Melbourne jail and they had this fucking they had like the Ned Kelly thing.
Yeah,
like that. So the warden's all dressed up in the old timey shit.
Yeah, right.
And she was just like, "You look like Ned Kelly. Do you want to fucking be the prop for the Ned Kelly experience thing?"
Both.
So I fucking rock up there and they just throw me in the fucking slammer for the rest of the people that paid for the tour. And chuck me in the fucking Ned Kelly cell and shit.
Fucking no cunt ever paid for it when I got chucked in the slammer. I mean, I did. No one else paid to see me there.
I was talking to someone while I was there, and the chicks... It was actually one of the bartenders at Cherry Bar.
Yeah, righto.
She was saying... I was telling her about it. And she was saying that her old man put graffiti on one of the walls because I treated it as the drunk tank in the 90s.
Yeah.
They used the old Melbourne jail as the drunk tank in the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
So he put graffiti on there, and it's still there. So she was doing a tour and seen like his name on the wall in one of the fucking drunk tanks, and asked him, and it was legitimately from him from a night out in the 90s.
Fuck yeah, that's cool, man.
So,
I reckon.
Yeah, cool.
Happy to pull this one up, call this because I got fucking people in my house at the moment. But if you're like this and if you want me to come back, I'll tell a tale about AC/DC signing some bricks behind a stage at the old I think it was Ginninderra High.
Yeah, right.
In Holt, just down there.
Fucking hell, yeah.
AC/DC played there back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they signed bricks and shit underneath the stage.
Oh, fuck.
And yeah. I'll tell the tale of that one.
Yeah, that'll be a fucking good one, man. Thanks for being on the fucking show, and
thanks for having me, brother.
Keen to have you back, and fucking...
Don't forget, like, rate, and subscribe.
Fucking keep them coming. All right, bro. Cheers.